What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to my first full-length spoiler review. If you haven't seen Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 yet, feel free to click off, go to your nearest theater, go watch it, and then come back, watch the review. I know most of y'all are wondering, Matt, what's with the whole chef's getup? You look like you're about to walk into a kitchen and get yelled at by Gordon Ramsay. Well, it's not, because I like to role play and pretend like I'm in Ratatouille when I make instant ramen at home. No, it's because we're gonna go through all the key ingredients of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I don't really know how to make title cards yet virtually, but we're working on a budget here. All right, folks. First up, we got 3 cups of sad woodland critter backstory. I know it's not like an actual ingredient or a cup of anything, but it's just for the visual aid. Bear with me, folks. Boom, 3 cups of sad woodland critter backstory. Then up next we got 1 cup of well-rounded and complete character development. Boom, gotta love that. We got 3 tablespoons of actually good CGI. Looking at you, Ant-Man 3. Then we got 2 cups of 80s to 2000s bangers. Boom, right there. And then 1 teaspoon of one-take hallway fight scene. Gotta love those hallway fight scenes. Then can't forget to mix and make sure to keep things slow till the second half. Gotta really leave people hanging for those payoffs at the end. And then make sure to bake at 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Make sure to bait for character deaths in the movie trailer. I don't know what to do for the baking part, but we're gonna just roll with it. Then at the end we gotta make sure to sprinkle in some Adam Warlock at the end, because we may have forgotten that he was supposed to be in this movie the entire time. Boom, just like that. After all the mixing, the baking, a little sprinkling of toppings on top, we got, boom, the finished product that should last, 2.5 hours and should cost you about $250 million, but you'll make bank in the process. Boom, it's just that easy. But yes, overall, really good movie. Guardians of the Galaxy 3, definitely a great way to close off that trilogy. Maybe even the franchise. Marvel might not even, revisit the Guardians at all. They only confirmed that, Star-Lord would come back. We'll see more of Chris Pratt eventually, but it won't, be written by James Gunn anymore. So will it really be the same character? But yeah, kind of going through all the elements I talked about, seeing Rocket's backstory, definitely a big highlight of the movie. Seeing, why he's so cut off from people, seeing him go through the trauma of his friends dying in front of him, that was definitely not a very family-friendly kid moment for the MCU right there. But yeah, definitely cool to see that, to see also the development of the villain, the High Evolutionary. Yeah, very cool villain. I'd say very easily hateable. They did a really good job writing him. Another good part. I think all the Guardians got really good development in turn. We get to see new Gamora, really who she is and seeing how she's different, as well as how she's similar to the old Gamora, how she still craves that family environment, the being around people that she actually cares about. Similarly with her sister Nebula, we see her arc finally complete, becoming the new mayor, pseudo-mayor or president of the Nowhere City that the Guardians are based out of. Seeing her finally becoming a true leader that will help people instead of Thanos, who cuts the population in half. Another Guardian, I think they did a really good job with Drax. We see his arc also come to a full circle, where instead of being a destroyer who's only craving revenge, we see him kind of transition back to being a dad, welcoming more of the children that they saved from the High Evolutionaries base into Nowhere. But Drax becomes their pseudo father figure in that society. He'll end up helping raise all of them. We probably won't ever see Drax again, or Gamora even. I think Zoe Saldana and Dave Bautista have confirmed that they're not coming back, so sad to see him go, but it's a really good way, I think, to close out their stories. Other Guardians that got less development but still got their times to shine, Groot, Mantis, and Kraglin. Mantis' story also came to a nice close, where she decides to go off on her own and really discover herself, because all of her life she's been working for Ego in Volume 2, and will work with the Guardians, do what they want, but now she'll go out and really find out who she is and what she wants to do. Kraglin, who hasn't really gotten an abundance of screen time in the other ones. He got his moment to shine when he finally masters Yondu's arrow, which I thought was a cool moment. They kind of brought back Michael Rooker, right? We kind of get to see Michael Rooker again as a ghost of sorts, or a vision from Kraglin. I don't think he's actually in it. I think they just reused shots from other movies, but we get to kind of see Yondu again, which was nice, and we get to see Kraglin really have his time to shine. And then with Groot, who hasn't really had too much, real, I guess, character growth. It's more of physical and maturity growth, I'd say, from Volume 2 when he was a baby, going to be a teenager in like Endgame and Infinity War, and now he's like a full man tree. He's super jacked in this one. We see him do a lot of cool things in this movie. I feel like the team really relies on him a lot in this movie. He's helping with like escape plans. He's helping, actually fight and kill a bunch of their enemies now. Well, yeah, grows a cool pair of wings later on, does a bunch of other cool things. I think he's just overall just a lot more dependable than he was in past movies, so we get to see him kind of grow in that sense. Yeah, the effects in this movie, way smoother, way cleaner, easier to look at than, Quantumania, where everything looked super CGI green screen. Almost like I hate to say it, but it kind of looked like a student film in comparison to Volume 3. No shade to Quantumania, but also a little bit of shade to Quantumania. Another good thing, soundtrack. Once again, James Gunn picked a really strong lineup, this time from the 80s to 2000s range. They opened up with Acoustic Creep, which I thought, okay, good tone setter right there. And then, banger after banger. No Sleep Till Brooklyn was a really good one, too. With the hallway fight scene that I'll loop in here, I feel like it was probably my favorite part of the movie. And then some things that I didn't really mesh with for this one. It did take a little while to get going. I'd say the first half is almost all like side quests, fetch quests to get certain items to help Rocket. They go to the first place, they get their item, they get out, and they realize, oh no, the code we need inside the item isn't in the item, so now they have to go to another location to get the code to help Rocket not die. But yeah, it takes a while to get up to speed, but once you hit that like second half mark, it really gets going, a lot more action. I will say they do a good job of balancing in humor, emotion, the dark parts of the movie. I think, yeah, James Gunn did a really good job of meshing all that together especially in the slower parts to kind of keep people engaged. The other part that I wasn't really a huge fan of, Adam Warlock, they really did my boy kind of dirty in this one. Well, Will Poulter, I think, yeah, he did a good job, but he didn't really have a lot to work with. I feel like they just used him kind of like an afterthought, almost like they forgot that he was at the end of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. It feels like they kind of just threw him in to knock over the first domino to help, the rest of the movie go along. Just him injuring, almost killing Rocket in the beginning, and then just appearing on screen every once in a while to, remind people that he's still alive. Maybe later on in the future we'll see more of his development. He's part of the new Guardians lineup, which consists of Rocket as the new leader. Groot also stays on, and now in the post-credit scene he's like super Groot. He's like all like way taller now somehow, but I think in the comics they call him King Groot because he has like a crown-shaped head now, which was a cool design. We got Kraglin. We got Cosmo, the psychic dog, which was also a pretty fun character. I'd like to see more of the whole lineup. Like, also, we got Adam Warlock and Quasar as well, who was one of the orphan girls from the High Evolutionaries ship who he's experimenting on. She has cosmic type powers now. I don't know, maybe one day we'll get a new Guardians team lineup, but I'm not sure if I'd be as a new Guardians lineup movie. I don't think I'd be as interested, because if James Gunn's not really part of the project, I'm not sure if anybody really wants to. Yeah, definitely very fun overall. Good action, good humor. Surprisingly emotional and dark. Don't take your kids to see this one. Wait for streaming so you can skip through the traumatic parts for them. But yeah, 8 out of 10, buttery. Throw that on the scale. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you thought down below. If you agree, if you disagree, if there are any parts that I missed talking about, yeah, let me know. Help me expand my thinking a little bit. And thanks for watching. I'll see you when I see you. Oh. Gotta have the spoon. Can't forget the spoon. Complete the look. Do I want the apron on? Do I double down? I'm gonna double down and do the apron. Don't worry, we double down. We double down with the apron today. Ooh. Ooh. There we go. Yeah. Yeah. It's a good apron right there.